This podcast contains mature language. Listener discretion is advised.
Previously on the Lost Mine of Phandelver. Our story is now joined by two new heroes. A young dwarven cleric named Angus was sent to assist the Lord's Alliance in the rebuilding of Phandelver. In his travels, he encountered a human monk named Meilin, who offered to travel with him on the journey. Meanwhile, back in Phandelver, Val and Sildur Hallwinter had begun work to safeguard the town and tend their wounds. Still angered at the loss of his brother, and desperate to find him, Val was approached by Sister Gariel with a possible lead. House of Crit presents The Lost Mine of Phandelver, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure podcast. Chapter 14, Into the Wilds.
During this time of the week, was there any information I could have gathered as to like what my next step would be, like Cragmore Castle or something like that?
You've asked around the town. None of the new travelers or any of the newly arrived guardsmen have any idea about a location known as Cragmore Castle. Sister Gariel has been sending messages trying to get any sort of response to any of the people that she might know. And as you're climbing back down off the truss after hanging those shoes, I do have a possible avenue of information. It will be dangerous, but I don't think that would be a problem for you.
I'll do anything.
Well, walk with me, and we will inform Sildur.
I follow.
The two of you walk down the main road of the town to the Townmaster's Hall, and the front door is flanked by two guardsmen. Both of them recognize you. They both nod to both you and Sister Gariel. They pull open the doors for you, and you see Sildur in there talking to one of the aides that has arrived. You come in just at the tail end of the conversation, and Sildur goes, "All right, good. Just continue to make sure that the supply lines run open. I do not need any more trouble. We've had plenty here." The young aide, it's an elven individual, roughly looks to be about mid-20s if they were human, but knowing elves, age absolutely indeterminate. But he gives a nod and goes, "Yes, my lord. I will do whatever is necessary." "Good. Go. More for training. It's, still waiting on the seamstress."
Okay. Sister Gariel. What's her name?
Gariel.
Gariel. Sorry, Sister Gariel told me that there might be some information.
And Gariel steps up. She goes, "Yes, I have finally been able to reach a friend of mine. He is let's say he's a rather rustic individual. He doesn't care much for buildings and towns, so getting a hold of him can be a bit problematic. But I have located him, and he knows these lands probably better than anyone. His name is Reardolf."
How do you spell that?
That's a good question.
The job of a DM is never done.
The DM's job is never done. Reidoth.
Thank you.
Reidoth is currently in the ruins of Thundertree. However, he suspects he knows where Cragmaw Castle might be found. He said he has a bit of a situation he's currently tending to, though, and is unable to leave. Should we send Val here? I think at least the two of them should be able to locate at least Cragmaw Castle, if not possibly ferret out any more information we might need.
Sildur kind of thinks for a moment. Kind of strokes his chin and goes,
Well, how are you feeling, Val? You think you could do this?
I've been waiting for this.
That's more than fair. And your training's been going well. I'm comfortable knowing you can handle yourself at this point. But I do have something that might improve the odds in your favor. I requested a delegation from our friends up in Mithril Hall, the dwarves. As you know, we're trying to reestablish the pact that we had with them with regards to the Forge of Spells. They have accommodations here in town. They arrived yesterday. Not much of a delegation, really, just two of them. I was hoping for more, but thankfully our reinforcements are keeping the town fine.
Great, more target practice.
They're on our side.
I'll do my best to keep him in mind.
I like your attitude. One of them, well, he's a little odd for my taste, but he's a member of a monastic order. I find them a little soft, but somebody has to bury the dead. So, at the very least, you'll have someone to clean up after you. The other one, his name is Angus. He's a dwarf, and he speaks for his masters at Mithril Hall. They're here to lend us any assistance, and I don't really have anything for them to do here.
With the direction, the last time when we asked inside the dungeon itself, they told me that they were running in a certain direction when they left. Is that still the, like, can I ask Sildur if that's kind of the same direction I will be heading out with them?
To the best of my knowledge, Thundertree is north of here. The one or two red brands that ran off, we're still tracking them, but they headed off into the east. And we haven't found them yet, but honestly, one or two bandits at this point, if they're even remotely stupid enough to show up, they'd be dead before they hit the main road.
So Thundertree is going north and they took off east?
Correct.
Okay, so where are we supposed to start going towards? Like Thundertree?
Gariel steps where she's.
I would recommend finding Reidoth if you are looking for Cragmaw Castle. He's probably the best lead we have. And Thundertree is about 3 days' travel north of here.
Okay. Well, where are they?
Well, I gave them one of the abandoned farmhouses just outside of town, but if I know dwarves...
And he looks out one of the windows, sees it's almost noon. He goes,
He's probably 4 or 5 beers in at this point. So I'd probably find him at the inn if I were you.
Stonehill Inn?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you would like me to tell them so they know that I come on your behalf?
Tell them I sent you. Tell them that we have a liaison that we need to find in Thundertree, and that they are to assist you if they are interested in assisting me.
Fine by me.
All right. Before you head out, make sure you grab a few provisions. Tobin, at the inn, he'll be able to give you at least a week's worth of rations. Should be good. Is there anything else you think you might need? I can send one of my aides to get it for you, either from Barathon's or from Linen.
Rope,
Rope.
50 feet. Also, I mean, if I'm getting the provisions from Tolvin. Torches, 3.
All right. I tell you what. And you see him walk over to this locked cabinet that he's got set in the back of the room. And there's sort of a interesting latch mechanism, iron latch on it that he kind of turns in a couple of directions.
Can I take a look at that?
Give me a perception check. He's kind of guarding this with his body a little bit.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
That would be 23.
23. You see that it has 3 small levers on it
Mm-hmm.
that originally started facing straight out. He moves the top one to the left, then to the right, and he moves the bottom one to the right, then he moves the middle one to the left. And pulls open the latch, and you see a few bags, satches in there.
Left, right, I think.
He pulls one of the bags out, unties it, cinches it back up, and he hands it to you. He goes,
There's 50 gold in there.
Is it for all of us?
That's for you. I'm not here to outfit visitors, but as my envoy, I'd rather you not go setting out, having to go out of your own pocket if it's on official business.
Yeah.
Should you need any more, tell Barathon to talk to me.
Okay. Do you know if there's any healing potions for sale in town? I know
Barathon should be pretty well stocked up.
and he pulls one out from his hip pouch and hands it to you. He says,
That'll get you started. If you need any more, maybe Barathon has them.
Okay. All right. I'll head out.
okay, you start heading out.
As I'm passing Sister Gabrielle, I just like nod at her, but still like with Timora in the back of my head, like you failed me. I just keep on walking.
As you head to the door, Sister Gariel calls you back. You turn?
Yeah.
She goes,
Well, slightly. I just look back.
she says, I can't begin to imagine what you're going through, but I still have the faith in you, whether you believe or not.
I walk out.
All right, where do you go?
I go to Stonehill Inn, see if I can find this dwarf
Okay.
that I've been told to.
All right,
find.
so you head 2 doors down to the Stonehill Inn. You walk in, you see the tap room on the inside here actually has quite a few people in it. You see several guardsmen apparently off duty enjoying a meal at one of the tables, a couple of farmers at another, and
Have I befriended any of the soldiers?
you recognize a few friendly faces. I don't know, have you gone out of your way to...
You know what?
Start
At this
socializing.
point, I would think I was more of a loner, but if they recognize me from hanging
As
out
you
with
open the
Zelda,
door, a couple of them turn and look, they see you, they give a nod.
just snap back my hood up, basically.
Everybody in town knows you. They give a nod. One of them is about to take a sip, just kind of toasts a little bit before continuing into his cups.
Do I see this dwarf sitting anywhere?
You see in the back of the room, kind of eyeing everyone out there, you see a human man. It's the first thing you see because there's bright yellow robes. And sitting next to him, you see an armored dwarf sitting in the back of the room with a very, very dark beer in front of him.
Can I get a
he's-
flashback of Kismet because of the yellow?
You do. You see just the flash of Kismet. You also, just for a very brief moment, flashback to what Kismet became. You see also in front of the dwarf, not only is he pounding this dark, dark ale, you see this 6 cups in front of him already.
I go get 2 more.
Okay.
Well, 3, just because
3?
3 people. Yeah.
All right. So you go up. Tolbin, give him the 3. Tolbin nods at you. Pours 3 out, and as is customary, puts his hand on the table.
No charge for you. You know that.
Thank you, Tolbin.
Always thank you.
I grab all 3 and I start moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, gentlemen, and I put like gently, put it right in front of the dwarf, monk, and like Silder sent me, and I believe we're meant to go on travels together.
I bust out laughing in your face. I'm like, who are you calling gentle? I down the beer.
I'm like, take a sip, and I look at.
You must be Val.
Yes, I am.
I've heard a lot about you from townsfolk. You're quite a hero. And I raise a glass.
No hero. And I raise it too slightly, and I actually just like.
All right, so I actually heard through the town about your brother, and I hope his journey to the beyond is met with open
I want to
arms.
interrupt him. And if he put his arm like right on my shoulder, it's not sound. He's not dead.
Awesome.
My goal is to find him.
Well, I hope you do.
And I just sit quietly. It's like, and for a moment, and I want to be like, well, I see that he might not be in a state to leave right now, but I think we should leave.
No,
in
I
the
think
morning.
he's fine.
I'm gonna chuckle at that. I think we should leave in the morning to our duties. Solar sent me, and we have instructions to find. And I look around before I actually say any names or anything. I recognize everybody in the room, at least, correct?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I hand the beer over to my new
Jeez.
esteemed colleague. I don't drink
Well, I do.
anymore.
Cheers, mate. I fucking down that one too.
I'm rolling pretty high, 23. Again.
23.
Nice.
You recognize everybody in here, including on the far side of the room. There's a group of 3 people you didn't initially see when you walked in. It's a group of prospectors who have come back into town, but they've all been friendly and garrulous. You never caught their names, but they're familiar faces.
Okay. I still want to just like get really close to them. It's like, honestly, I don't trust is a big thing with me since my last issues happened. But I have the name of the person we have to go find. As soon as we step out of town, I'll give you the whole information.
Okay. I'm Meilin, by the way.
Well, you already know that. What's your
I
name,
do.
sir?
I'm Angus, and I shake his hand real hard.
That's different. I'm like, it's pretty strong.
Am I aware that Meilin speaks Dwarvish?
It's been 5 days in a row.
I don't know. It's since your
Because
encounter with the goblins. That was
I did speak in Goblin.
4 days ago.
Yeah, I did speak in Dwarvish.
I didn't react or anything.
Okay, then no.
I just heard.
Okay.
But knowing that he's a dwarf, I'm actually taking the initiative. I was like, hope we have a good travel. I want to say that in dwarfish.
Okay.
I start merrily laughing. I like this one.
Because from Val's perspective, I want to put it like it's easier if the group like quickly aligns to get the goal that I want
Okay.
to do. So I'm just trying
They,
to like.
they
speed
seem
up the
pretty
process.
affable. According to Silder, they're here on liaison to assist in any way that they can.
I still don't have trust issues though. Can I like in the morning maybe depending on the conversation I want to check in on them.
Okay,
Have I met with Silder since we've been in town?
You did. You presented yourself to him,
Okay.
and he.
I figured he's the one that directed us to the stay where because he said he gave us the farmhouse.
Yeah,
Right.
he,
Well, I just want to make sure that he explained that might be sending another representative to represent him.
Right. That's kind of what I figured.
he did not tell you that, but he said to just make yourselves at home. Reap one of the abandoned farmhouses he set the 2 of you up in. And from time to time, he's checked on you to make sure that you've had reasonable accommodations, to see if you've needed anything. The only thing that he hasn't been overly talkative. He's been
Busy.
just very busy, short but not unpleasant. And you've just, in the couple days you've been here, have noticed him just handling the influx of guardsmen, meeting with various town representatives. Just a very, very busy man.
I'll take that as my step away because I want to go to Marathon's before we head out for tomorrow.
Okay.
So I say, we are ready to go when you are.
We'll leave in the morning.
First light?
First light.
I'm actually going to go and see if I can find a brewer's kit before I seek out Silver.
So I'm
I
going to
speak to him.
Marathon's.
Okay. So you guys do that awkward thing where you say goodbye and they start walking in the same direction?
No, I'm gonna turn to him. Like, do you know where I might be able to find a brewer's kit or something to the equivalent of?
Personally, I haven't seen one, but I'm heading to one of the suppliers of town, so I don't know if you want to come with me. And at the same time, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them more discreetly than here.
That would be pretty beneficial since I've only been to where we're sleeping and where we're drinking.
Same place, by the way.
No, we're in a
Not for us.
Stonehill has the bar underneath, right?
Right, but that's not where we're staying.
We're
Oh,
staying
okay.
somewhere else.
Oh,
We're
good to know.
Silver's secret.
Ooh. All right, so I just finished my beer.
Mhm.
I'm heading out right now. I don't know if you want to follow.
Yeah, I slam what's left of mine.
Grab the two, bam, bam.
No, it's like two at a time. I'm drinking it out of both sides of my mouth.
And
Yeah.
His beard storage is holding some of it.
Yeah, it's the flavor saver.
And I'm like, and where are you from?
The mountains. Where are you from?
I'm from Neverwinter.
Never been there. Is it cold?
No,
It's never winter there.
It's colder, but because it's up north.
It's a little bit up north, but it's usually actually pretty temperate.
Yeah.
Is that why they call it never winters? Because it's never cold?
It's only sometimes winter, but
Technically.
that's a weird name.
Occasionally winter.
Occasionally winter is a bad name to our town.
Out of story character mode, there's a lot of lore there that I would love to deal into, but
Do they have the thing where the water comes from the sky?
I'm gonna. I'm like,
You may laugh, but that's freaky shit.
water from the sky?
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that.
According to mountain people,
You mean rain?
yes.
Can I do a check to see if that name sounds familiar?
You would have heard of rain. You would have heard that's what the humans call it.
What do you guys call it?
Water that comes from the sky.
God tears.
What about when you're in your caves mining? Is there any water droplets coming down?
That drop down from rivers and stuff like that. Yeah, that's different
So
than...
isn't that your kind of rain?
No, we don't have voodoo stuff that comes from there.
Okay. And I get out of the table. I'm like, this is gonna be really interesting.
It comes from somewhere, it just doesn't fall out of the sky.
Yeah, I mean, there is rain sometimes, yes. If we encounter that, I'll let you know when it is, and I'll let you know if it's harmful or not.
That's freaky.
Okay. I'm already standing up.
So Val just sort of starts awkwardly to leave. And you two?
I'm gonna go up and follow the rain dancer.
It's canon.
Sure you don't.
Yeah.
Sure you don't want another beer.
If it starts raining, I might.
Okay.
Hence the brewer's kit.
So when I head to Marathon's, please.
All right, so the three of you step out of the Stonehill Inn and walk a couple doors down to Barathon's Provisions.
One of us might be stumbling a tad.
That's normal.
Not with my constitution.
I was about to say, since you are resistant to poison, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage, since that was a total of 8 beers.
Whew, thank God I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, constitution, that's 20.
20. He's fine.
He's great.
He's fine. He's walking in a straighter line than Val is.
As So,
Yeah, you see, I mean, you're still getting slightly used to the weight of heavier
my
armor.
constitution's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your armor. That's what he's saying.
I make a lot of noise. That's different.
But you get to Barathon's and push open the door. You see Barathon's in the minute of winding up some rope and setting it up on one of the shelves. He turns around. Oh, Val, how are you?
Well, man, we're good. How about you?
Oh, never better.
Everything been quiet?
No, things have been busy, but good busy.
Okay, good, busy. All right. Well, we're gonna actually be heading out tomorrow morning.
Oh, venturing out finally.
Yeah. You know, those things that we talked about. Finally.
That's good. That's good.
I wanted to know if my new friend here, his name is Angus.
Hi, Master Dwarf, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Never better.
He has a request. See if you actually have something that's kind of different.
And he kind of rubs the side of his face, this kind of weird tick that he seems to have. Oh, I carry quite a lot. What are you looking for?
Something along the lines of brewer's supplies.
Brewer's supplies. Yeah, I think I got one of those. Hang on, let me take a look. And he goes in the back of his shop, walks, he has this kind of longish counter and a door that leads into the back. Heads in the back, you hear this little rustling sound.
While that's happening, can I ask him, what do you need this for?
To make beer.
I think he likes to drink.
Is there any other uses that you need to carry this?
There's tons of uses. I can purify water. I mean, you like to stay hydrated, right? I can't.
Me thinking as a human that really needs water.
You really can't count on the sky to provide water.
And okay. All right. So I was just curious.
I say it sounds very useful.
Mock me as you like, but when you're dying of thirst and your voice is scratchy,
I look at the other human.
I will drink to your health.
Just in this moment, Barathon comes back out and he's carrying, it looks like a smaller backpack, and sets it on the counter. He undoes the two straps and he opens it up, and it's tilts it towards you, and you can see there's full of brewer supplies in there. And he goes, as you can see, it's a full kit. You make just about anything with this. I'd recommend getting a larger still if you're one that distills spirits, but ale should be good. Beer, perfect.
Mead.
Yeah, if you can find the honey.
And how much would that be?
Normally this would run about 20 gold, but if you're here with my friend, I'd let it go for 15.
Well, then I am definitely here with your friend.
All right.
I give him 16.
16. Oh.
Like,
Oh, you were too kind, Master Dwarf.
I appreciate honesty.
Oh, well, that's all you're gonna find here, so hope you like it.
Barathon, I'm sorry to impose on you. Do you have another healing potion maybe stashed somewhere that you're selling?
I've had 3 on reserve, just for you.
Do you mind if
Do you get hit that much?
I don't, but I mean,
I walk
Old
around the
habits
shop,
die
just
hard.
kind of looking at everything.
well,
As you're looking around, you see all the shelves are fully stocked with all sorts of adventuring supplies.
Okay.
and those are like 50 gold pieces each one, right?
I say
25.
I'll take all 3.
Alrighty.
And let me ask you, did Silder tell you about those ropes?
Ropes.
Yeah, rope. Also a few other supplies that we might need, like rations and things like that.
Well, I mean, I have all that here if you need. It might have slipped my mind.
Yeah, I haven't had. And it might become useful on travel. So
Sure, what you need? Tell me.
50 foot of rope.
All right.
We need. You guys got rations?
some.
I take out a little bit of beef jerky, like that, as I'm looking at my rations. And I'm like, okay, I might need to replenish for at least 4 days or 5.
Okay, so you got rope, you need rations. What else you need?
I've got 10 days.
You got 10 days? And I look at the monk. I'm like, you don't seem to eat much, but.
No.
And the 3 healing potions. Maybe some torches.
Torches? Yeah, I got plenty of torches.
With your Avengers kit, it comes with 10 days.
All told, that'd be
Gotcha.
78
I
gold.
eat all at once.
Pay up.
All right.
And then I go for 10 days.
Yeah, you're not Brenton size anymore.
No.
Okay, so he stacks up the coins. You see him do this kind of fast counting method where he does them by tens.
You said 78?
78. Everything's in a row. He leaves the gold on the counter as he goes. He grabs the rope. He gets the torches. You see him flip open a heavy chest. Seems to have some fur lining in it. And start stacking out these, looks like wrapped bundles. And you can smell the hardtack of the rations. Start setting everything out on the counter for you, right next to where the money's set out. All right, that's 4 days of rations. That's some rope. And then he comes around the counter. You hear a fumble of keys. You hear a small latch click. He starts setting the healing potions up on the counter. He goes, and 3 healing potions.
Oh, start putting in the satchel. I put the money up front.
Mm-hmm.
And as I put the money down, it's like, I take out my thief's tools.
Mm-hmm.
And I lay them out, and I know that I'm missing one, and there's another one broken. I'm like, might you have a replacement for what's missing here?
I normally don't
Or something similar.
traffic in that sort of stuff, but yeah, let me see what I got.
I kind of catch in a glance that he has these thieves' tools out, and I notice them, and then I kind of say, "Oh, do you pick locks often?"
Well, as you can see, I'm not really good at it, but it helps to actually.
Yeah, I guess I can tell the one that he misused. we'll say is again knowledge of you being a rookie at it.
You see one of the L hooks
Not really a
is kind of
hook.
like bent at a 45 degree as opposed to the 90 that it should be at.
I look at him and I say, "It takes finesse."
I just keep quiet because I'm thinking of my background, like back in the city. I'm like, okay, I haven't used it in a while.
If ever you need teachings, I would be happy to show you.
You hear this, kind of clinking underneath the counter. Barrett is kind of rifling around, and comes up. He's got this one like eye hook piece. He sets it onto your splayed out tools. He goes, no, that's wrong size. Hang on. He comes up with one that's slightly smaller, which is the one you're missing. He goes, yeah, that'll do. Don't worry about it.
All right. I take out the broken one and like put it to the side, and then put that one in.
Yeah, that trade you actually.
Here you go.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm sure someone will want it.
Just tell him it's a modified one.
I'll tell him it's an heirloom.
You're good. All right, Barathon. Any of you guys need anything else?
Are there any weapon shops around here?
Yeah, Linen's. And he kind of gestures with his chin out the window. Yeah, about 2 buildings down. You can't miss her.
I gotta say goodbye anyway to her, so
Okay.
I'll take you guys over there. Barathon, it's been a pleasure.
Of course, he shakes your hand. And again, kind of pats you on the shoulder a little bit. He goes,
Is his daughter there? He had a daughter, I believe. No,
no.
Two
No.
sons?
it was the
he had
sons.
2
right?
assistants.
2 assistants. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to say
They're
goodbye to them.
Yeah.
You see the younger of the 2 of them, not the half-elven teenager, but the human teenager, Ander. Kind of poke his head from around the corner. He goes, bye, Val.
All right.
Barathon, thank you. Nice meeting you.
Of course. Come back anytime, gentlemen. Try to come back in one piece. You come back in less than one piece, we'll see what we can put together.
How many pieces do people usually come back? It's that water thrown from the sky, isn't it?
Water from
I'm already
rain?
starting. I already started
I start
walking
laughing.
away.
I go up and I give him a big handshake.
He goes, yeah. Oh, well met, Master Dwarf.
Thank you, Barathon.
Of course.
Rain.
I say
That's a silly word.
in Dwarvish, this is gonna be fun. And I walk out.
Mother.
I heard it too.
Yeah, How loud did you say that?
Loud enough to where they can
They
hear.
all heard?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you walk out, Barrett, you hear Barrett go, and whatever he said. All right, so the three of you exit.
Yes.
All right. All right, so the three of you step out into the main street of Phandelver. Heading to your right now, going 2 buildings down, you see the sign out front of the Lion Shield Coster, looking for Lynette. You guys just head straight there?
Yeah.
All right. Walk in, and you see Lynette sitting behind the counter in her shop on what looks like a stool, with a ledger in front of her, just kind of scribbling really, really fast. She looks at you. Hey! How are you?
Good. Good. How's today been for you?
Today's been good.
All right. Bring this to representatives that Silver might have mentioned to you also that they were coming, but just wanted to let you know that they were looking for certain items, I believe.
I have a lot of armor, weapons. What you looking for?
Possibly a staff.
Staff. I got a few of them. Anything in particular?
Anything that maybe stands out from a normal staff, if you have. Just curious.
Stands out. Like, I could get some paint from Marathons and I can make something pretty for you.
Sounds lovely, but
I like this one.
Were you looking for something?
Well, we're more about function over form here.
anything magical.
Magical. Oh, big spend. I like you. Let me see what I've got. She starts flipping through the ledger here. And she goes, not in stuff. Sorry, friend, but is there anything in particular you're looking for I can keep an eye on?
Just any magical staffs at all.
All right. And who might you be?
I'm Meilin.
Meilin. Nice to meet you.
And I kind of bow.
She kind of takes a couple of quick scribbles in her notebook. If anything should come my way, I'll put it in the back for you.
Can I ask
Appreciate
her? It's like reminiscent back into like the time I spent with her, Silder, and Claire. Can I remember if Silder took the class staff?
He did. You guys cleared everything out from underneath the manor.
Okay, I'll wait till we get outside though, and like, you know what? If you guys have any questions for Lennon, I just want to say, first of all, we'll be leaving tomorrow morning.
Hey, where are you off to?
We have an important business from Silder,
Say no more.
so I just wanted to let you know if you don't see me in the next few days or from now on, that I took leave, and thank you very much for helping me.
Oh, of course, boy. You get your ass back here in one piece. You hear me?
I will.
Good. All right, and you too. You keep an eye on this one. I want him back. Don't make me come find you.
We'll do our best.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
You have no idea, my little friend.
I go like this.
Yeah, but I'm proportionate.
I step outside. I just want to like wait outside.
Okay.
I leave as well. Thank you for your hospitality, and hopefully we can find something.
Of course. Like I said, keep an eye out for you. Come back.
Appreciate it.
As soon as we step out, I want to like get closer to them, take a look around, see if anybody's listening.
There's nobody in the immediate vicinity. About 40, 50 feet away, walking away from you guys, you see a gentleman in a traveling cloak. He's got kind of a rough sack on his back. He could be either a farmer or a trader of some type.
Okay, so he looks like a commoner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get closer to Meilin, and I'm like, if you go to check on with Silder, well, both of them, so they can both hear me. Two things. you might want to ask Silder about a staff that he might actually have.
Interesting.
Just tell him that Val told you about it.
Okay.
And for my dwarven friend here, it's like, I believe Silder might actually want to talk to you before you leave, but it's up to you if you want to show up. We're supposed to be leaving tomorrow morning, so it's up to you.
Fantastic.
Will we meet tomorrow morning?
At the inn?
Yeah, Stonehill.
Sounds good.
And the person that we're looking for, his name is Radar.
Radoth.
So apparently he might have some information about Crabmount Castle, which is the hideout for some of the goblins or goblin tribes.
Mm.
So just wanted to let you guys know that that's where we're heading. So if you need anything to get ready against them.
Do I trust him?
I don't know. Do you trust him?
I don't think that I do. I want to roll for it.
All right, go ahead. You give me an insight check. And are you trying to obfuscate anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Literally exactly information Silder gave me.
11.
11. He seems to be a very determined individual, but he seems to be on the up and up, from what you can tell. I mean, from everything that you've been told, Silder is the main guy here, who has a strong reputation back in Mithril Hall. You've been given no indication from Silder that he'd send you into the company of somebody untrustworthy.
Right.
You guys get ready. If you're not there, I'll still go by myself.
And where can I find Silder?
Fair enough.
And it's
At the Town Master's Hall?
yep.
Okay. Which direction?
And I point down.
Just point down the main street. You see this two-story building just past the Stonehill Inn. And right in this moment, you actually see the guardsmen starting to swap out. Apparently, their shifts are changing in the moment.
If we're walking towards that side and they stay there talking to Silder, I want to actually head to the manor, to that entrance, just to keep an eye. Like I do this routinely, like every day, just to see if I see anybody coming in and out.
Okay, so you set off to the manor,
Mm-hmm.
and you two get to the Town Master's Hall. It's one of the larger buildings in town, and it has two guardsmen flanking the doors. As you approach, they both give you a nod. They've seen you before. And as you walk up the wooden steps up to the front door, they both pull the doors open for you all. You step in.
Yes. I walk in.
Okay. You walk in, you see behind his desk, reviewing some paperwork of some type, you see Silder sitting there. He looks up. Yes.
What can I do for you?
We had the pleasure of meeting Val.
Good. Did he fill you in on what he's up to?
Yes, we will be joining him in leave early in the morning at first light.
Excellent.
He also mentioned that you might know of something about a staff you might possibly have.
In this moment, he's just kind of like been glancing up at you while he's going over everything he's working on. When you say that, he sets his quill into the inkwell, leans back, arms crossed.
I may have something of that variety, but we don't just hand things out around here.
I completely understand. I was thinking if I could better arm myself for this quest to help Val, it would do us all a lot of good.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Nope. Do I reroll ones? since I'm a human?
What?
Wow, what's the total?
Reroll ones?
Nope.
Do I reroll?
You really have to pull a 1 on that one.
It's a 1?
Oh, you have 0?
You have no bonus.
Apparently not.
Nope.
Charisma is
All right,
0.
yeah, so he just kind of looks you up and down. And you get the sense not that he's dismissive of you or anything, but he looks at you and just doesn't, he just kind of shakes his head a little bit. And he Thanks so much, again.
All right, my friend. I'll make you a deal. You get Val back here after he gets taken care of what he's to take care of, and we'll talk. I may have something that you might appreciate, but like I said, we don't just hand things out around here.
Understand. Thank you.
Of course. Get him back here.
I'll do my best.
Are you in there as well? Or
Yeah,
were you-
I'm pretty amused by the whole.
Okay. And he looks over. Isildur looks over at you.
And Angus,
I was wondering if you could get a message back to Mithril Hall, letting them know where I'm going next and what my mission for you is.
all right.
Just in case there needs to be a paper trail of where I am, in case I'm needed.
Fair enough.
And do you have a blacksmith in the area or a forge that I can go to?
I think we've had a smithy set up south end of town near the Miners' Exchange.
By the miner. Okay. Well, that is where I'm going before I turn in. Thank you.
Of course.
I stop.
I rolled a 1.
I turn around. I go back to him.
Yeah.
Like,
I gave you all that part.
Val's in the up and up. Yeah,
You want
he's okay.
He kind of looks forward to you. He goes,
Val is the one person in this town I would trust with my own life.
Fair enough.
Why?
I've never met so many different people in one short amount of time. I just want to make sure that this is where you need me to go. Someone just approached me and said, hey, I work for you. And I'm just making sure that he's on the up and up and I'm not walking into something that I can't walk out of.
Good. Keep your head on a swivel, but Val you can trust. If you trust me, if you trust your masters, trust Val.
And I consider him in my trust.
Good.
and he picks up his quill again. And he goes,
Is there anything else I can do for you, though?
I'm all right.
All right, then.
Appreciate your time.
Gentlemen, if you need me, you know where to find me.
and he goes back to what he was doing.
At any point,
By this point, you've gotten
Yeah.
right to the manor.
just me thinking back, like if I should have like a letter from the Lord's Alliance on Sildur's behalf in case we actually do encounter anybody else later on.
Letter of recognition or something shouldn't be terribly difficult to get should you want such a thing.
So before I turn in for the day, after I've made my watch here by the mansion, I want to go straight to Sildur, get that, and just like be ready for the next day. That's it.
Okay, but you're going to spend some time up by the manor.
Yep, just
Okay.
like
Go ahead and give me a perception check now that you're up here.
wow. Yeah.
I'm not alone.
6? Okay. You don't see, looking out into the woods,
That was a 1.
you're
Yep.
looking around, see anybody moving about. You hear a sound from your right, and as you turn, you see just the edge of a wagon as it starts to crest over the hill, following the road that leads east past the manor, a couple hundred feet away from you.
Is that a common road for people to take?
Over the last week, people have started to use it. Traders have started coming back into town the last couple of days.
Got it.
Other than that, you look about the manor and the cellar doors. You see them still set off to the side where they had been removed by the guardsmen a few days ago. Other than that, nothing seems to be disturbed up here. You see no trace of anyone.
Okay. So
Okay, you keep your watch.
I keep for another hour or two.
Okay. So as you gentlemen leave the town master's hall, having been here a couple days, you've seen where some of the more notable shops and buildings are around town. You know, on the road that leads north-south through the center of town, on the southern end of it, you know where the Miners' Exchange is. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go find the blacksmith.
Okay. You head down the road, and one building over from the Miners' Exchange, you see a anvil set inside of kind of this very, very open shop. The front to the shop seems to just have a series of gates that open and close. There's no like front wall to it, so to speak, to keep it open. And a plume of black smoke is coming out of the chimney. You can see inside, and there is a half-orc working away at the forge.
That's true.
Oh, you did this on purpose. All right.
Yes,
Maybe.
you did. Oh.
And he's just banging away.
I went to the inn, by the way.
You, well,
I went to sleep.
did you, or were you following him?
No, I went to the inn.
Okay, so you've two have parted company.
Yes.
All right, so it's just Angus.
Just by the way.
I'm there.
Just
So
saying
you
about
are
that.
you are in front of the shop at the moment. You see that the forge is in the center, and you see this individual in the back of the shop where their anvil is. Along the sides, you see sets of tools hanging from hooks, and this very burly individual. It's kind of very hard to see that there's lots of plumes of smoke in here. Clearly something is smelting in the forge at the moment. But you see these large arms with a mallet just coming down. You hear the routine clink, clink, clink as they're hammering away rhythmically at it. Your ear catches that they have solid timing. This is a practiced individual working away in here. But other than the telltale faint green skin, you really can't see any notable features of this individual. Other than the fact that they have a more upright posture as opposed to the larger but slumped posture of an orc.
Okay. So I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna walk right up to what he's doing. I'm gonna look over his shoulder
Okay.
and see what he's doing. Is he?
As you get closer, you actually see that this is a very, very muscular female half-orc. She has black hair that is tinged with purple, and it's sort of tied up in this tight bun. She's wearing thick leather clothes with a heavy oiled leather apron on top, and she's just hammering away, and with one eye, not stopping the rhythm at all, she looks over at you and says, "Well met. Anything I can do for you?"
I'm gonna look at her work. Being a blacksmith by trade myself, do I see what she's doing? Is she using proper technique?
Yes. Wouldn't even need the roll for this. You can tell she is very, very experienced. You look at some of the items that are currently on the racks behind her, and they are all expert craftsmanship. With a little bit of, as you get closer, you really kind of take it in. There is almost a delicate filigree that is put into the work, almost elvish.
All right.
He hates elves too.
I'm gonna say you work very, very well, surprisingly.
I appreciate that.
For an orc.
Still not stopping.
No,
what
no,
she's doing.
no,
She's still.
I'm not saying
and as you're
for an orc.
as you're looking right at it, she's hammering away at a long sword, and she is hammering it into the proper shape to get the proper proportions to the blade.
Like, well, I always appreciate really good work. I'm flabbergasted, to be honest. Doomethorn must really have blessed you for this.
He has.
I actually came here wondering do you have any scrap metal, something that I can bang out? I need to kind of clear my head.
She kind of hammers you see her she's been hammering down in a row down the edge of the blade to get the shape. She gets right to the edge. You see her kind of side hit it just to kind of cap off the end that she's working on. Sets her tools down, gets the big heavy tongs, takes the blade, dunks it in the water. You hear the beautiful hiss sound as the metal cools rapidly. Sets it down. Has a rag, kind of wipes her hands.
Scrap metal. What, just to play with? What are you?
Well, I don't have any materials on me, so there's something about the fire, the forge, beating the crap out of something with a hammer, making nothing into something beautiful. Kind of centers me. And I'm in a new place. I don't know anybody. I'm told I need to trust a whole bunch of people that I don't know, that I've never met.
That rain.
There's water that comes from the sky and it freaks me out.
She just kind of,
And I just need to say that I'm praying would be maybe a little overselling it, but I need something to clear my head, and this is the only way that I know how.
This is like your meditation.
she's been looking at you and through you the whole time. And she kind of cocks her head a little bit at you. She,
One smith to another, I understand. I think I got just the thing, too.
she comes around. You see her pick up this heavy, kind of like travel pack, sets it on her anvil, and there's a couple of skins tethered to the side. She pops one off of the loop that it's fastened to, pulls the stopper out of it, takes a pull. She hands it to you, and even with the acrid smoke in the air, you can smell very strong wine in here. And she hands it over to you. She goes,
Have a pull. I'll find something for you.
I absolutely do.
you taste it. It's a very rich brandy. Not the finest you've ever had, but
Probably not the worst.
This is definitely mid-shelf stuff. And she comes back.
Kirkman.
She has a small crate that has some not handles, hilts, kind of stacked into it, and they are the rough bases for hilts. There's no detail work that's been put into any of them. And she sets it down on the edge of her workbench, and she says,
You want to hammer any of these into shape, or do you want to start from nothing?
You're allowing me to use your forge, and whatever you need help with, I can do. I'm just happy to hit stuff.
Oh, dwarf of my own heart. Well, I tell you what. Work on.
she pulls one of the hilts out.
She said, It's been far, far too long for my liking since I've seen proper dwarven craftsmanship. Show me something, and we'll kill off this brandy.
Fair enough.
She reaches over, sets down the mallet, sets down a set of tongs. And she pulls a stool, sits down. Off the pack, she pulls another skin, pulls the cork. You see her just take another pull, and she just gestures.
I take off my armor.
Mm-hmm.
I take off whatever shirt and cloak that I'm wearing, fold it up nice and neat, put it in the corner so it doesn't get messed up, and then I go to work.
5 minutes later.
Yeah. Well, I'm not about to stand in front of a forge banging on metal and chainmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what we were thinking.
You trying to get cooled down or something?
Yeah.
So you take a few minutes to get ready. You take your time, fall into the steady rhythm at the forge. And your new companion here just nurses her brandy. She watches you work. How long do you work at it?
This piece probably about an hour.
So it's an hour.
Make sure that I get it right.
And you rolled a 20.
I rolled a natural 20 on that one.
It's perfect. It's the hilt has got proper dimensions to it. It has the geometric patterns that are very, very signatory of Mithril Hall. Anybody of any level of smithing experience would recognize this piece as being of proper dwarvish make. The material was solid, so you were able to put all the detail into it that you had intended. And as you cool it down the final time and examine it, you see her put the cork in the empty brandy skin, set it to the side. She looks over your shoulder at it, peers deeply at it, and she says,
That's absolute art.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
she holds out her hand. She said,
I'm Dilda.
I'm Angus, and I happily shake her hand.
Where are you from, Master Dwarf?
Mithril Hills.
It shows in your work. It shows in your work. Can I keep this, please?
It's absolutely. It is your stuff.
this is beautiful. And you see her, she takes it, and on above the racks, you can see that there are she has a couple of spokes for hanging much higher up, and she sets it up in a kind of place of prominence. And she says,
What brings you to Phandelver?
I was dispatched to help Sildur, and I guess there were some problems here in the town that's already been taken care of. So he needs my help elsewhere, looking out after somebody else. So just need to clear my thoughts.
Oh. Anytime you're in town, it'd be my pleasure if you stop by.
I greatly appreciate that. If you're ever near the Mithril Halls, let them know that you and I have bonded.
That would be a privilege. I did learn a little from my time in Waterdeep, but your kin, they keep things close to the chainmail.
That is true, and unfortunately, I'm not able to divulge secrets. But
I wouldn't ask.
if you're ever in that area and you wish to expand your craft, let them know that we have bonded. They'll be more than happy to show you what they can.
Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. As I said, please visit me here anytime. I like this town. I think I'll put a year in or so here before maybe moving on. But for the time being, keep yourself safe. Come back.
You as well. Thank you.
Of course.
you head out?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you wish to do for the day?
No, I think my head's pretty much on straight now.
All right. Well, you head back to the inn.
Around what time is it?
Right now, it's about mid-afternoon.
Oh my god, there's so much drinking to do.
That's a proper dwarf.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat some dead animal and drink.
All right. As you, before you even get to the Stonehill Inn, the smell of roasted pork already finds your nostrils.
So good.
The little bit of the drool starts to form at the thought of more of the dark ale. All right. So after your watch up at the manor ends, eyes tired from staring off into the distance, you head over to the town master's hall.
Yep, I do. I just want to ask Sildur for a letter, not so much recommendation, but something to, maybe help in my travels as I head into Thunder Tree.
You see him just kind of putting stacks of papers that he's been working off to the side. Looks like he's about ready to call it a day, at least for the bureaucracy part of his job. And he looks up at you and he goes,
You are, as far as I'm concerned, you are a member of the Lord's Alliance now.
And he pulls a drawer open in his desk, slides some paper out of the way, and he holds up a signet ring. And on it is the seal of the Lord's Alliance. And it looks like a steel ring. It's not jewel encrusted or anything like that, but it's a pretty prominent ring. And he hands it to you. He says,
You are my envoy when you leave here. You represent me. You represent us.
I put it on next to the other signet ring that I had from the family that we found. that I'm the last one with.
and he says,
When you wear that, you wear our reputation and what we are supposed to do. I know you'll hold yourself accordingly.
Oh well, I'm not the same person I was before. That old person failed me. So, it's time to start doing the things that are necessary.
Necessary for the greater good.
Yeah.
you see him kind of sit back and slouch a little tired, and the old man that he really is comes through just a little bit.
I take it you're heading out tomorrow.
Our first light.
Good. Well, you'll be needing this.
And he goes over.
It's the other hand of Grenton.
Wow. Not quite. Behind him are several maps that are pinned of the surrounding area. And he pulls one down, and there's another copy of it, and it's kind of a generalized map of the this section of the Sword Coast. You can see the coastline on the side with Neverwinter, Waterdeep further to the south, Phandelver, and you see kind of an X marked Thunder Tree. Pulls, kind of pins, holding in place, rolls the vellum up, hands it to you, and he says,
It's not an exact map, but it should get you to where you need to go.
I go and open it up a little bit. I'm like, okay. Looking at the map, what is east?
the Tribor Trail that leads east out of town goes for several days. You're making I'd say make a survival check, or a straight intelligence check.
That's I'll do survival. That is 16.
16? You're pretty decent with maps. You look at it. You estimate it would be either 10 days on foot or 7 days via wagon to get to a large town called Red Larch.
Okay.
From how it's kind of keyed on the map, it seems to be a bigger town than Phandelver, but it's not anywhere near the size of Neverwinter or Waterdeep, given, like I said, how it's keyed on the map.
Okay. I put it back up, close it again, put it in my pack.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for all your help.
Of course, anything I can do for you.
Now, is there a wagon we can use to get to Thunder Tree?
Not to Thunder Tree.
You see, and he pulls the map back down. And this one has kind of his markings and stuff on it. You can see there are routes drawn on it for patrols and surveys.
Can I memorize that?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Oof, that's
To try to
19.
19. Yeah, you have a pretty good mental picture of it. Most of the patrols seem to be extended out for about a day around town. You can tell from how the map is marked up that he's very interested in just securing this area before expanding his resources. He kind of gestures at it and says,
You see the road goes north, maybe a day before it cuts a little further east. And then it's gonna be pretty much overland through the Neverwinter Wood to get the Thunder Tree at this point, so I really wouldn't recommend a wagon, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate that.
Of course. All right, well, rest up. You got a busy couple of days ahead of you.
I want to report that I didn't see much activity by the mansion. Just my daily report in the area.
I haven't heard anything from any of our patrols either. I know where you're out there, but I think what you're about to do is going to get you the answers you're looking for. Not staring out into the horizon.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I'll take my leave. Thank you.
All right, rest well.
All right. And you head out
Mm-hmm.
and head back to the inn, or and you have anything else to do?
And what time? It's like 6 in the afternoon?
No, it's about 5, maybe going on 6 at this point. That as you step outside, you see that the sun is starting to set, but it's still reasonably bright outside.
Take dinner and my last dinner and beer. As long as I'm gonna be, someplace that's more
You take it in your room or down in the tap room?
down in a tavern corner. Just
Okay. All right.
quickly get done with it.
All right. As you get in, you sit in one of the corner tables that only has 2 chairs. You do your customary kind of push one of the other chairs away. As you look across the tap room, you see Tobin pouring ales out of the tap. He turns, he sees you, gestures, you see him finish up, puts a couple mugs up on the counter. You're looking about the room. It's a bunch of locals, few off-duty guards. You see Angus in the corner, just pounding more of his dark ale. What are you doing at this moment other than drinking?
Probably laughing. A whole lot.
Are you hanging out with, who's sitting at your table? Who are you with?
I guess just some local guards.
Hanging out with the off-duty guards?
Yeah, talking battle strategies and what have you, and war stories.
Gotcha. You see them the mugs are kind of splayed out in kind of a diagram on their table, and they like move one mug around, and you see them gesturing, pointing at things, and you see Angus kind of shake his head a little bit, and then rearranges it. Yeah, and you see him pointing like, nah, like this. And they seem to be having a pretty good time.
Okay.
Finish up your meal.
I'll finish up my meal, and since I just want to go get some rest, I'm anxious to get on the road.
Okay. So after a time, Val heads upstairs. You've been just conked out the whole time?
No, I was just in the inn in the corner.
You're just hanging out?
Yeah, sitting at a table.
Just people watching?
Well, kind of people watching, but I actually have an empty mug
Mm-hmm.
that I asked for sitting on the table, and I'm kind of just staring at it, almost like remembrance of my past
Gotcha.
before the monkhood. Just kind of reminding myself of who I used to be and what I don't want.
And a few times, Tolbin's come by, checked on you while you've been sitting, and you just kind of keep putting your hand on top of the mug to cover it. And the third time he comes by, he's like, "Can I get you some water or anything else to drink or anything to eat?"
Would you happen to have tea?
Tea, let me see what I can do for you.
That would be great, thank you.
And goes in the back, comes back, and goes, "I have some chamomile."
That would work.
All right. Let me get that seat for you.
Appreciate it.
Heads in the back. Comes back a little bit later. Steam coming off the mug. You see, with some cheesecloth that's been tied shut. You see the tea leaves in it seeping. You just nurse that and people watch.
Yeah. After I finish, I head out, kind of let him know that I'm heading back to the house. But I sip that for a little bit. People watch, enjoy it, and then I head out to where we're staying. Where Sildur has
back
allowed
to your
us.
farm,
The house outside
your
of town.
farmstead.
Yeah.
All right.
Hang on
And
the horses.
Angus,
I probably drank enough by this point, so yeah, I'll head back to the farmstead as well.
All right. The two of you, as you get to the farmstead, you just pass a couple of guards on patrol. They give you a nod, continue about their duties. Night passes uneventfully, restful in the now thankfully quiet, secure, sleepy town of Phandelver. Morning comes. You head down to the tap room, Val?
Yep.
All right. Are either of you two early risers, or?
I've been up.
Okay.
He comes down, I'm doing handstand push-ups.
Well, before
Fair.
that, I do my morning meditation, and I do the blessing of the forge on my armor again, which brings
Okay.
my AC back up to 19.
All right. Okay, then you guys head out,
Yeah,
prepped and ready to go.
I'm ready if you are.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear.
All right. Okay.
So we meet at the tavern?
All right, so you head back to the Stonehill Inn.
Mm-hmm.
You all three meet in the tap room of the Stonehill Inn. All ready to go for your journey north.
You guys ready?
You need a beer for the road.
What is the equivalent to a Yeti cooler?
A real live Yeti?
Yeah, we have to find a Yeti and kill it.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That'd be great.
Use his bladder as a wineskin.
Oh.
Perfect.
I'll say you never know what you're gonna find out there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys
As he's
ready?
writing down ideas.
I'm ready to
Pack
go.
of Yetis.
Oh god. Are we ready to
Yeah,
head
there'd
out?
be Yetis in those darn hills.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. So you guys head out. Following the road north out of town. Travel for about half a day following the road outside of Phandelver. By about mid-morning, the last of the town disappeared behind you from view.
Is anybody following us?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
And I actually signal out to them. It's like, take a look around, make sure nobody's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as always, I'm scanning.
But I wanted to put it out there.
Okay.
I'm scanning the woods.
It's perception.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 22.
Oh, very nice. No, there's absolutely nobody following you. One time you did see some movement in the woods as you started to cross deeper into what was a vague tree line into the actual proper forest. And as you kind of watch it for a minute, you realize it's two guards who are coming out of the woods on patrol, heading back towards the road. But they're still a ways deep in the woods. But about mid-morning, or about noon, a little after that, you get to a point where the road starts to curve towards what you estimate is towards the east. But you know that Thunder Tree is more of a western direction. Do you guys continue to follow the road, or do you decide?
I take out the map.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. And I open it up and I try to, as best as possible, like make sure that we're actually heading in the right direction. Because I know if Thunder Tree is no longer a place, right?
Yeah, it's a ruin.
So it might be that this is more travel to a place that actually has more people and less use, correct? So have we noticed any like off the beat path or something like that? Or,
Go ahead and give me a survival check, actually.
that would be 10.
10. Woods. Looks like heavy woods. Now you remember that Thunder Tree was destroyed 50 years ago when Mount Hotnow, the volcano, erupted, and the aftermath of the eruption destroyed the town. So,
Kind of locate the volcano and maybe have a reference that with the map that we have.
Go ahead and give me a perception check to see. You know it's a few days away from where you're currently at, but let's see if you can spot it.
Can I share this with them? It's like, any of you know where Mount Hotnow might be located? It actually might help us finding this place, because we only have a rough idea.
I mean, you've traveled a bit, and your folk are somewhat familiar with the mountains. Both of you give me history checks.
No.
Oh yeah. History.
5.
3.
3. He is mentioning names of places neither of you have ever heard of.
Fantastic.
What did you want me to roll?
I have no idea.
Perception.
I'm like, should it be this way? And I point south.
That's back to town.
Perceptions, modify 20.
Modified 20. You can see in the distance a few mountain peaks over the tree line. Nothing that looks like a volcano, though. You know, it would have been really hard to spot from here, but you were hoping since the weather conditions are fair, possibly you could have spotted something.
Well, if I look at what Silder told me, plus looking at the map, best guesstimate, I want to actually get off the beaten path. And as I have the map out,
Yeah, you see the most direct line from where you believe you are on the map right now to where Thunder Tree used to be. The straight line is straight through the woods.
I show it to them. Silder gave me this, and I put it on the floor.
Okay.
From this point to Thunder Tree, it's right through the forest.
Let's go right through the forest.
And I just wanted to make sure everybody's in agreement.
Okay.
All right, so because I don't want to just tell them. I'm gonna show them. And I put it back in my pack, and I'm gonna head right into the forest.
Okay. Which one of you is leading? You?
Yep.
All right, I need one more survival check from you.
That's actually
Roll for initiative.
22.
22. All right. You are very strongly confident you're heading in the correct direction, following the map, tracing the path of the sun from where it breaks through the trees over the course of the day. And the end of your first day comes, having traveled through deep woods, but very lively, lots of native bird sounds. The growth seems healthy. You don't see any indication of anything dangerous.
And there's technically nothing on the map between Thunder Tree and the road,
It's
correct?
just Neverwinter Wood.
Any stories I've heard about this woods or anything like that?
Go ahead, give me a history check.
History.
Or nature. Either one.
Same thing, 7.
7. You know, people know that the woods can be dangerous. You know that seasoned travelers will avoid it if they can, but typically more so because the roads are faster. But also people don't tend to venture very deep into the woods.
I want to relay that to my companions.
Okay. Well, as it starts to become early dusk, you estimate maybe 5 in the afternoon. Kind of winding a bit through the woods, but following a pretty straight and narrow path. You come past these rock outcroppings of what looks to have been maybe a hillside that collapsed a very, very, very long time ago. Heavy, thick trees have grown in their place. But you come around the bend and you see very clearly large webs.
Large webs?
Webs. They are strewn a bit here and there sporadically amongst the forest floor.
Well, I know webs mean spiders, but how big do they look, these webs?
Webs? You mean investigation check?
I nudge the monk.
Do I hear anything?
You give me a perception check.
5.
5? Some of the webs are strewn out in 5-foot patches. There seems to be quite a lot of them, but you don't know if this is like the nest of just a lot of smaller spiders that has just accumulated a lot of webbing over time, or if it's something different.
Can I investigate to see if these webs are old or if they're newer?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
21.
21. You don't hear anything,
Do I see
but
any?
you should hear something. The woods here are very, very, very quiet.
Do I see any birds or anything flying around?
You see no movement.
Bugs? Nothing. Got it.
18.
18. These webs are relatively fresh.
So I'm like, these are fresh.
I have a bad feeling.
Experience-wise, can you burn the webs?
We sure as hell try.
Certainly try.
All right, so I carefully grab a torch.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready? And I light it up. I
I
don't
want
want
to go into a
Okay,
defensive
I-
stance.
Want you, actually. That is. I'm assuming a 23 hits your AC.
It does.
All right, I need you very, very quickly to make. How's this defined? No, actually, that would come up on your turn. As you spark the torch, a web blast pins you to the ground.
A web blast.
Yeah. So we're gonna need some initiative, folks.
Jesus.
Web.
All right, so for initiative, Angus, where are we at?
16.
16 for Angus. And for Meilin?
16.
All right, you guys go at the same time. And for Val?
7.
7. All right.
I mean, I'm really good at perceiving things.
Just not good at anything.
Not good at starting a fight.
You're really good at catching webs.
All right. Yes, and
In the face.
fun instance started with Val being pinned up against this tree next to you by the webbing. And first up is you two. Whichever one of you wants to go first.
Do we see anything
Yeah,
where the
For
webs
a
came?
bonus action on your turn, you can go ahead and make a perception check if you want to act first.
I'll go second.
No, I'll go second.
Well, I rolled the actual higher
He did.
Well,
physical initial number.
yeah, it's true. That is true.
okay.
So you go first.
Mine's a rounded up,
All right.
modified 16.
So I see him get. He is attached to the tree.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna look around.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's the letter B.
Wow.
As I'm like this.
4.
4.
It's
All right.
cutting you down.
Webs.
Well,
Huh?
it
It's
takes
cutting you
you a bit here, but you do see one massive spider.
What? The balls?
Oh, is that far away?
Yes.
I'm far away enough from you.
So what I'm gonna
He's
do
about 30 feet.
is I'm gonna come over next to Val. I'm gonna take out my hand axe and try to cut away at the webbing that's has him bound to the tree.
Okay, go ahead and make
So I'm gonna try to-
make an attack against the webbing.
To free him. God damn it.
That should be enough to hit webbing.
That is.
Why is not moving?
Well, that would be a 12.
12 is enough to hit the webbing.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, and let's see the damage.
I thought of this.
For the hand axe is a 1d6.
It gets caught. Now it's
That
stuck.
bounced. I'm not gonna take that. Oh, same work. So that is 5 plus 5. It's 10.
10? Okay, that is enough. You cut through the webbing,
So
Yeah, right.
and Val, you pull off right as he
titanium
cuts through
webbing.
the rest of
Carbon
it.
fiber.
So you feel sticky and uncomfortable, but you are now free.
Sticky and uncomfortable.
so I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, that's what did it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good to me.
And then I've already used my bonus action.
I use 7-sided strike.
Use my regular action. I'm gonna move 10, 15, 20. So it sees me first.
Okay.
And can I kind of like bang on my shield?
Okay.
Like,
Like as I'm walking up, I'm like, bring it, bitch.
All right.
In spider language.
You hear this horrific clicking of its mandibles.
Oh wait.
Well, that until it got sloppy. Meilin, you're up.
Yes.
yes, okay. Well, now that I see this giant, tiny spider here,
Okay.
I'm gonna run up and attack it.
Oh.
I went around that web, by the way.
Okay.
I ran through it.
Before you get that close, you see coming down off of this tree here is another spider.
I don't like that. Every X is a spider, by the way, guys.
Now there's 2.
Okay. I attack it
Okay.
with the attacking.
Okay.
You mean with the bow staff?
Yes.
Okay.
With the bow staff of death dealing damage, does a 24 hit?
Yes, a 24 will hit.
Fantastic.
If not, I quit this game.
It does not.
Yeah.
It is a little early for Tiamat, I'll give you that.
You're great. All right, and then I'm also going to use flurry blows.
Okay.
The attack. Let's say.
All right, so let's see the damage from the bow staff first.
Yep.
That is a D10.
That is the other one. There it is. Oh, perfect.
It's a better roll than
10.
10 damage. All right.
Glad I did that.
You come crashing down on it, you, right where one of its front legs connects to the thorax. You snap it, and it just kind of horrifying, nasty sound come out of it.
Okay,
It's still very much alive, though.
Oh, okay. Well, then I attack it again.
Okay.
Since I'm using flurry blows, I also, I want to see if I can knock it back. With,
Knock it back from you?
Yeah.
Okay. And does it make, what sort of check does
A
it
dex saving?
make? It makes a dex saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 4.
That is not gonna save
Okay.
it. No.
So it is, how far back is it knocked?
That is a great question.
I think it was 15 feet.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is 15 feet.
All right, so you knock it back. To here, you come down with the bow staff, snapping its leg, and just push off of it, and it sort of skitters backwards, trying to keep its footing. But
I have to roll for damage though.
Go ahead and
Because it was an attack to knock it back.
Oh, so you have,
I have
to
to
first
attack.
roll an attack
That's part of your. Oh, with your flurry of blows. That's
Yeah,
true.
the flurry blows is my bonus attack.
So none of that actually happened.
No, so it's my
All right,
bonus
so let's see if
attack.
you even hit in the first place.
Does a 10 hit?
No. So you take one shot at it and miss. You see it kind of darting really, really quickly.
I go again.
All right.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Fantastic.
All right, so now let's see if it saves. That is a 19. So
It saves.
It saves.
Shit. So it still takes 4 damage.
Takes 4 damage.
Yeah, so 14 damage total.
So you come in, you snap its leg with the bow staff.
really good.
You come in,
Yeah.
come in with
not
a
bad.
punch, swing, miss as it ducks out of the way. You come around with a follow roundhouse and just clock it in the side of its head, and you see all of its eyes just blinking at you. Just. All right. We are.
No.
Flurry of blows costs 1 key point.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Right. And it is its turn.
Is it now?
Yes. So it is going to take a bite at you.
No.
Yeah, that's a no with a 9.
No.
All right.
He just whispers at it.
No.
And then descending down from the tree
Aww.
is the third one that takes a snap at what it expected to be a restrained target.
Uh-huh.
That is a 15 to hit.
It does not, thank God.
You bring up the shield right as the pincers clamp onto the side of it. You push it back and it's
Ugh.
alrighty. And it is now this one's turn. And it skitters at the short thing making a lot of noise. Woo, that doesn't count. It needs to be in the dice tray. Snapping at you, that is a 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Modified, not critical.
Okay.
But still, yeah, it hits.
All right.
Sometimes.
He's like, you sure?
Barely hits. It hits.
As it comes running up,
Wow.
its mandibles clamp onto you. It does 9 points of damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw against poison, so
I
you have advantage.
So the first one's a 23.
Okay.
The second one is a 17.
All right, so you have the damage.
Wow.
So you still take 7 points of poison damage.
Right, plus I'm resistant to poison damage, so that halves again.
That is true. So that you take 3 points of poison damage.
Oh my God.
Okay.
If only we had a cleric.
Val.
Hooray for dwarves.
I take out my sword,
Mm-hmm.
and the first thing that I'm gonna do is bonus action. I'm gonna bring down. Are they busy with the other spiders?
Each one of you has a spider in your face.
I'm gonna bring the Econite right behind the spider right here.
Right here?
On the tree.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attempt to actually attack from the Econite's side.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Does not go through, that's 11.
And 11 unfortunately does not hit the Echo Knight. The ghostly sword that it uses thrusts and doesn't quite do any effect if the form is still too ethereal, just kind of phases into the spider without doing any physical harm.
I'm still getting used to it, so I get it. That's my turn.
Okay. And we are back up at the top with the dynamic duo.
I went first last time.
Okay, I'll go first. I attack him.
All right.
Yeah. Her.
8.
18.
18 will hit.
Yay. I will beat it in the face with my bow staff. That is 7.
Wow.
7 points of damage.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're like.
All right.
And as my bonus action, I will hit it again.
Okay. Just doing an unarmed strike?
Yeah, I
All
want
right.
to. I heard it's one leg the first time, right?
Correct.
And I kind of smashed it in the face and dazed it a bit.
Mhm.
I know it has quite a bit more legs. I want to go for one of the legs that looks like it's holding weight of support,
Okay.
and I want to just kind of like kick it as hard as I can to
Okay.
damage its leg.
All right. Go ahead and make the attack for me.
Attack. Does a 13 hit?
13 unfortunately does not. So you go to sweep the leg and it just picks up one leg, 2 legs, 3 legs as your foot just sweeps underneath it.
Sweet.
And as you pull the leg back, it's just out of the way as it snaps at the leg. All right. Any movement?
No.
All right. And we're to Angus.
All right, so bonus action, I'm gonna call up Searing Smite again,
Okay.
and for action, he's gonna introduce to my Warhammer. Call it Warhammer Karma,
Okay.
because you fuck with me, Karma's gonna get you.
Nice.
Never mind.
Karma just made you.
Karma's sleeping.
That's a 10.
Karma's
That's a
sleeping.
10. Unfortunately, that does not connect. You're still
10.
holding concentration on the spell, so you see his Warhammer ignite again. Actually, you've never seen this before. You look over and you see him now holding this flaming Warhammer, and he takes a swing, and the spider just kind of easily kind of shifts around in the swing.
A 10-teen. Anyways, that's I should have went first.
Okay. Any movement?
No.
All right. Well, this one once again is going to. Actually, you're moving around a lot, so it rears up, and you see the back of its abdomen quiver for a second,
I dodge.
and that is a 14 to hit.
No.
You just barely move out of the way as this web glob comes shooting right past you.
Jesus.
A bunch of eyes.
And it gets back on its haunches, just kind of snapping at you. We are now to this one. This one is going to take a bite at you.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
It may.
Yep.
It kind of does. So,
Stuttering
give me a
over.
second.
Herbert.
Give me a second.
If enemy rolls 22 or higher, I don't do it. Nothing happens.
Where's the no chapter?
Yeah. No.
That's yeah, it does hit.
Okay, that is 7 points of damage, of piercing damage to you as its mandibles bite into you, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Yes, sir. That's a 20.
Wow.
Plus 3, 23.
Very nice. You feel poison coursing into you, but you shrug it off. It still hurts, doing 4 damage to you.
Okay.
It makes you feel a little sick, but you're able to power through. And then this one, seeing this glowing, flaming warhammer, you see it also rear up
He's even about to taste it too.
and fires this web globule at you, aiming for your hammer. You move the burning hammer in the way. The webbing hits the hammer and just burns it.
Wow.
Rolled an 8 to hit. I know it's nowhere near
Oh.
what he's got.
Die.
All right, and we are to Val.
I will actually move. Does the Econite being kind of physical but ethereal, can it go through webbings or not? Because there's nothing really that states that it's technically a physical being.
But there's nothing that states that
It cannot be constrained.
Oh, that's right. So, so long as it's not interfered with by difficult terrain.
Yes. It does not say that you can. It's immunity to all conditions. Would the constraint be technically a condition?
Difficult terrain is not a condition. It would just to move through the webbing would take an additional 5 feet of movement.
So I'll leave it there. So I'm actually gonna attack him. I'm gonna
Okay.
hit it with the long sword talon.
Okay.
So that's 12.
Unfortunately, not. You swing at it, it catches it in the mandibles and pushes you back.
While it's then basically with me, then as a bonus action, I'm gonna attack with the Econite, like right behind him.
Do the Unleash Fury.
Unleash Fury. Yep, that's exactly what it's called.
Very nice. Let's see it.
Unleash Incarnation, and it's gonna be can use it 3 times. My God, I'm rolling horrible.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Val.
That's 13.
Unfortunately not.
My God, I used one of my counters here. Let me actually.
Okay.
I don't know.
Back to you two.
Mace in the face. This guy, I'm not going second this time. God damn it.
I know.
That is 16.
16 will hit.
Hits. Good job.
16
And I'm
does connect.
igniting my.
No, you
my
know, every
smite.
time that he brings
Okay.
three empty.
So I
Three
just
enemies.
rolled max damage on that.
Oof.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So-
What do we got?
8 and a 6.
Let me see. So that's 11, 19 damage.
19 damage.
Is that with the Syrian thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And now he's on fire.
So you
And now
smash
he's
into
on
it,
fire.
You see the
like
carapace, you can bring it down, going for the head, but just extending just a little past it, smashing into the carapace of the thorax. You see it crack open, you see the goo that's inside, and you discharge your smite spell into it. This thing just erupts in flames, and it's mewing and slashing and snapping at it. It is still alive.
Point
What?
at it, and then dwarf to say no touchy.
It's like that movie Arachnophobia.
But this thing is a giant burning horror of spider right now.
Do I have a bonus action?
Jeez.
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
Dude, I don't know.
All right, well, it is this one's turn, snapping over at Meilin. And that is a 17 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
For 9 points of piercing damage as it finally gets its mandibles on you and takes a deep bite. And I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
17.
17. You save, so you only take half damage, so you take 3 points of poison damage from the bite. Okay, and
I don't like that.
this one is going to snap at you, Val.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Sorry. He went. It would have been my turn since we rolled in the same roll.
Oh, that's true. Yes, we did skip you. Go ahead.
Okay. So he wouldn't have technically attacked, would he? Or we want to keep that in?
Unless you kill him this round, that's how it's going to go.
Okay. I attack him
Okay.
with lots. Does 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Okay. So using my bow staff, I want to spend a key point as well on using flurry blows. But
Okay.
so I get
You get 3 attacks total here. First one with the bow staff.
Yep, and then sweet, 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. Go ahead.
Is he? Because I've done I think 24 damage. Is he like? Do I look like he's weakened?
Its carapace is snapped. It seems to be hemorrhaging, but it is still thrashing and flailing at you.
Okay.
So go ahead, give me your second attack.
Yes. Does 22 hit?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Damage.
Yep. That is 6.
All right, you come in with the bow staff. You come in with the holding it up, swing the bottom end of it so its head kind of rears back a little bit as it's thrashing. Spin the bow staff around, take it the end of it, bring it right through the top of its head. It's still alive and wiggling on your staff as you follow up with a roundhouse and just kick its head, snapping it right at where the head connects to the thorax. So the body drops, the head is still on the staff. And its mandibles just...
It's dead.
Okay.
That looks so cool. Awesome. I got
It
one.
looks like it's alive.
Right.
I say I got one.
So you do still have that other attack, and you
Yes.
do have movement.
Okay.
Because you have not moved.
Right. So, I want to move behind this one here.
Okay. Negate that damage that just occurred, by the way.
Okay.
Because they would not have had a chance to attack you.
Gotcha. Sweet. Glad I said something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then my second attack will be on that guy. Yeah.
Second or third?
This is
My
the
third. Sorry. My third attack. Does a 24 hit?
Oh, yes.
Oh shit. 4 damage.
4 damage. This thing in front of you is snapping, and it's this massive load of fire and burning insect hair and gore. And all of a sudden, there's just this crunch as its body just folds in half. And you look down and you see the monk's leg come right down and an axe kick right through the middle of it as it snaps in half, just sitting there burning, not moving.
There goes another one.
Oh, that'll do.
All right, and
And I'm like, That's why they told you to keep me safe.
all right. Well, since those two are out, we jump all the way down to this one. It's going to fire a web blast at you, Val. That is a 20 to hit. So as you're swinging at it, and you're like, yeah. All of a sudden, the web
Again?
slams you into the ground right here.
Oh my god.
Fortunately, not taking any damage.
Okay.
But then it slowly starts standing over you.
Does it move away? Like, is it within 5 feet of my Econite
Still
still?
within 5 feet of the Echo Knight. You see it slowly just fixated on you, moving in. Your turn, though.
Okay. I will switch places with my Econite.
Okay.
Your Echo Knight's gonna take a rest and take a nap on the floor.
As I appear right here. And since I'm still within 5 feet, I will attempt to actually stab him right through the side.
All right, let's see it.
Hey, that hits. 23.
Oh, that'll hit.
Yes.
All right, so that's finally. That is 8 damage.
8 points of damage. Very nice. You come up behind it. As you're pinned on the ground, you see it climbing over slowly to you. The mandibles just... And you immediately just are now right behind it. Its abdomen fully exposed to you. You just jam your sword right into it. And you should just hear this noise come from the other side of it.
How much damage?
I did only. How much?
What time of day is it?
Hey, we're at dusk right now. The light is starting to get dim.
Would you camp here?
We're gonna have to.
All right, you two dead spiders. You see a ghostly version of Val webbed up on the ground, and you see actual Val starting to pull his longsword out from behind the back end of the spider. What are you two doing?
Doomithwine, save us. So I'm gonna take 2 steps back.
All right. As you do, because you were right here,
Yep.
it's going to swing at you to make a bite. An 18
Misses.
misses. As
Wow.
you go backpedaling away from it, you hear the as the mandibles snap right behind you.
I point my my black warhammer at him, and I cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh, let's see it.
That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Wow, you guys are really rolling really good.
Flashlight streaks towards a creature of my choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack. I hit. The target takes 46 radiant damage, and on the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
So I would get advantage.
So that is 11, 14, 15 damage.
All right.
Nice.
If you can hit it.
I did hit it.
No, if he can hit it.
You see
right?
Angus pull his black mace out, aim it at it, and just twist his hand like this, and you see this glowing mace image arc out from his mace. The massive spider just has a moment to turn its head right as this mace impacts right in the side of its thorax, and it just all over the tree right behind it.
Oh, sweet.
You mean...
And a bit on you.
Okay.
You got a little spider on you.
Little spider on you.
That'll wake you up in the morning.
Yeah.
All is now quiet.
Fantastic.
Now I'll start looking up, see if there's any, like, vibrations of the webs. See if there's any other spiders or anything like that in the area.
All right, go ahead. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll keep looking around as well.
Modified
You
20.
do the same.
I ask if everybody's okay. How's everybody doing?
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Modified 20.
I got a 15.
15. You look around. Now you're scanning higher in the trees, looking at all the webbing that's here. You see a little bit of movement in some of the webbing here and there. You watch just for a moment, and you realize it's vibrating in the wind.
Okay.
They are all vibrating simultaneously every time the wind picks up a little bit through here. But you hear no other sounds. You do not hear the telltale clicking type of sound that they were making.
Strange question. They seem relatively fresh, you said, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else caught in these webs?
Go ahead. Give me an investigation check.
Wait, before we move out, let's go ahead and check out real quick if there's anything else or anyone else. That's a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation?
Yes.
That's 20 total.
The webbing here is, as you get further past where you left the carcasses of the spiders, you find it getting denser and denser. This seems to be kind of a feeding ground for them. A couple times you come across these kind of wrapped up carcasses. You open it up and you see full elk in one, completely drained of all fluids. Crack open another one, you find a whole bear that's in here. You get to the last one, and as you start to kind of cut open the webbing, you pull it open and you see red cloth.
Thank you for listening to House of Crit Presents The Lost Mine of Phandelver. Join us next time as the adventure continues. If you like our content, please like, share, and comment. For more House of Crit, you can join us at houseofcrit.com and on our YouTube channel. Click on the links in the description below for more Dungeons & Dragons content, and be sure to check out Behind the Screen, a roundtable discussion featuring the Dungeon Masters of House of Crit.